Warning: this private video reveals confidential information about our patent-pending software. Do not share this with anyone else. It is for your eyes only. Recently, the market was in freefall, and all the analysts and experts said it was going to be a bloodbath. All the while, FlowTrade algorithms discovered movement where nobody else had. Market makers were secretly and quietly selling off shares of VXX, meaning the S&P was about to run. We entered on April 21st and exited a few days later on the 27th. Most people would never have known about this or even considered making a trade on it. And yet, FlowTrade predicted an opportunity. And FlowTrade users were able to capitalize in a big way, grabbing upwards of a 1,000% gain. Even a nominal investment of $1,000 would have ended up as $30,000 in just a few days, thanks to FlowTrade. And it's an insider's edge that only FlowTrade users possess. It's the ability to get ahead of the general public and take advantage of the big moves before they even happen. Picture using this secret weapon to locate the needle in the haystack opportunities that have an enormous upside, then being able to capitalize on them for staggering gains day in and day out. And it's so simple even a child could do it. So you don't even need any training, education, or special skills. Just get in when the software tells you to, and then get out for massive gains. You don't have to worry about tying up your cash for any length of time, and you can profit if the market is up, if it's down, or if it's sideways. There are so many ways to win by merely following FlowTrade. Now you can beat big money at its own game by utilizing this unfair advantage, because FlowTrade puts you leagues ahead of the general public. No more waiting for earnings announcements. No more worrying about government economic announcements. No more trying to chase gossip for upside. No more guesses or gambling with your money. FlowTrade predicts with incredible accuracy what will happen and when, placing you well ahead of any news and affording you a shot at serious money wins every single day. It's 100% ethical, it's 100% legal, and it's the only way the little guy can beat the system and profit like the big money players day in and day out. Take what happened with Tesla as an example. Just a short while ago, Tesla was a stock on the move. Everyone loved it, and the price seemed like it would rise forever. The experts and analysts were all calling it a strong buy. Yet FlowTrade saw something bubbling under the surface. Using proprietary formulas and mathematical algorithms, it picked up a shift in the tide and registered a buy indicator. FlowTrade told us the price was about to drop, giving us an entry price before a hard ride down. As if by magic, the market began to sour on Tesla. Heck, even the CEO himself said the stock was overpriced. And then, boom, it was like the perfect storm. The bottom fell out and the price plummeted fast. The first time around, with our entry and exit points given to us by FlowTrade, we picked up 117% return for a $28,711 profit in one day. We were thrilled with FlowTrade's accuracy, and we were all set to walk away with our big win, when it told us there was yet another play to be had. With new entry and exit points on Tesla, we were able to get in and get out with a 346% return for $40,105 in profit, all in just a few more days. Nobody else saw these moves coming, but FlowTrade knew. And FlowTrade users, they knew. And the ones that acted on these insights cashed in. Just think, if you'd put up only $1,000 on the $745 strike puts, you could have walked away with $50,000. That's significant money, and it's a staggering return. Fast. That's how fortunes get started. And it happened in mere days thanks to FlowTrade. It tells you when the timing is right to get in, and it tells you when to cash out. No long-term holding. No risk of huge losses with crazy market swings. Just a scientific approach to getting ahead of the news and the general public, and reaping incredible rewards. It's like what happened with the oil ticker just recently. The general market attitude on oil was low, and many of the experts were shorting it, expecting it to drop. Then, one morning, FlowTrade picked up something going on behind the scenes. The market makers were up to something. And even though everyone else was expecting the price to go down, the FlowTrade algorithms were predicting a price spike, giving us an entry and exit play for some quick profit. And wow, did it profit! We knocked out $29,000 profit in just a couple short days. It was a 1,000% gain. Nobody else saw this coming. But FlowTrade users saw an opportunity for a quick return. Once again, FlowTrade users were well ahead of the pack, pulling profit where others just saw dead weight. If you'd been using FlowTrade at the time and put just $1,000 into this trade, you could have walked away with another $20,000. If you got in on all three trades above, you'd have an extra $100,000, all in mere days. And that's just getting started. Amazing, right? And it's achievable for anyone that uses FlowTrade. Now imagine your life when financial stresses are a thing of the past. Compounding your money this fast over and over again takes things to an entirely different level. And you're not tying up all your funds in the markets for any length of time. So you're just generating massive gains quickly. You're in, and then you're out, quickly driving up your profits and eliminating long-term exposure. Finally, you have the chance to fully fund a luxurious retirement and give yourself the freedom to live your best life, free from money worries. To put it plainly, when you're using FlowTrade, there's you and there's everybody else. You get the predictive software that gives you the winning trades before any news breaks or gossip starts, and everyone else gets the leftover scraps. Everyone else is lucky to make a few pennies, while you're out there constantly hitting the big wins. FlowTrade makes it practically point-and-click simple. It's plain to see why this intelligent predictive software is such a game-changer for the average investor. It gives you similar advantages that insiders have been hoarding to themselves for the past 100 years to generate staggering wealth. Did you know the story about the Kennedy family making most of their early money in bootleg liquor is entirely untrue? In fact, Joseph Kennedy, head of the Kennedy clan, built the family fortune through insider trading. Joseph joined the brokerage firm Hayden Stone & Co. in 1919 and became an expert at manipulating the unregulated stock market. He quickly began using hyper-aggressive tactics that would probably put him in jail today. He bribed reporters to spread gossip about specific stocks that he had an interest in, driving prices up and making him and his friends a fortune. He even organized bear raids, which is when a group of investors forms to spread negative rumors and lies about a stock and short sell it en masse to drive prices down. He had inside information that suggested a crash was imminent, and he shorted heavily in 1929, creating a fast $4 million windfall. In today's money, that's about $60 million. Kennedy invested his newfound wealth into real estate, with prices at all-time lows, and as the markets turned around years later, his fortune grew and grew. The Kennedys are often called the royalty of the U.S., and all their money, all their fame, and their envied lifestyles were built on inside information. Because being on the inside can be completely transformational. And until now, you were only able to get this kind of inside advantage if you were a C-level employee, someone on the board, or family or friend of someone in the know. This is how the rich get richer. Everyone else on the outside remains on the outside, fighting to get their fair share. And this is why FlowTrade is so exciting. It puts you instantly in league with the insiders. It's a one-of-a-kind predictive trading software using machine learning to analyze hundreds of thousands of bits of data per second. The proprietary indicator, Flow Algo Index, gives you inside information about what the large institutions are doing by extracting their unique traffic patterns and is available for all equities. It is so powerful, it can pinpoint even the tiniest changes in company data in milliseconds. It might sound like something out of a science fiction novel, but it's the kind of cutting-edge tech that's turning everyday investors into millionaires across the globe. Because you do not need to understand the science of how it works to see that it works for you, and points out winning trades with incredible accuracy. Have a look for yourself.
I've been trading for almost 2 years, and I've had some pretty big wins, but even bigger losses. When I started using the FlowTrade system, I realized that before, I was pretty much gambling. Now that I'm using this system, I can actually know where my trade is coming from and where it's going. I can make constant and consistent profits, and I'm steps closer to being able to trade full-time.
In July 2017, I had no idea how to read a chart, what stock options were, or how to place a trade. I'm grateful for coming across the team at FlowTrade. I now know how to read a chart, find my own setups to trade, and I'm well on my way to financial freedom. Thanks, team.
Using the FlowTrade software today, I was able to capture a $1,950 win on SPY. Using the Flow Index, I saw a perfect chance at a quick in-and-out play, so I pulled the trigger, and I was up almost $2,000 in 10 minutes.
Amazing, right? These are real people making real trades with FlowTrade and generating significant profits every single day. And now it's your turn. You can get your seat in FlowTrade in just minutes from now. Getting started is easy, and picture knocking out win after win with FlowTrade from here on out. How would that change your life? Would you pay off some bills and help you finally achieve a debt-free lifestyle? Maybe you'd quit your job and finally live life on your schedule. Perhaps you'd splurge on yourself and buy some nice things, like a new car. Or maybe you'd just keep reinvesting to build up a 7- or 8-figure war chest. How much would it be worth to you to be able to achieve this, starting today? Before you answer, please consider that FlowTrade is a revolutionary predictive program that can alert you to winning trades well before any news breaks or anyone in the general public is even aware. It's the kind of game-changing tech that people spend tens, even hundreds of thousands for. For example, it costs about $21,600 to trade with a Reuters Icon terminal each year, and you can spend upwards of $25,060 per year for a single seat of Bloomberg Terminal's electronic trading platform. But please don't worry, FlowTrade won't cost you anywhere near that, because it was engineered with you in mind. It was built to give the average user a chance to compete and trade profitably, side by side with the big boys. It levels the playing field and allows you a shot at real trading success. Now, to be clear, FlowTrade doesn't get it right 100% of the time. That simply doesn't exist. And anyone that tells you otherwise is outright lying to you. Yes, it does have an astonishing track record of wins that's more right than wrong by a large margin, as you can see. And that means if you're getting in when FlowTrade tells you to get in, and then exiting when it tells you to exit, you're making money. Plain and simple. And it doesn't matter if you have any experience. It doesn't matter if you have any financial education. It doesn't matter if the market is up, down, or sideways. Even if there's no news of any kind, you could still make money with FlowTrade. And in addition to the powerful predictive trading software, when you act now, you're also guaranteeing yourself access to these two fantastic gifts today. First, you're going to get live access to a top-tier trading coach for a full one-on-one session, a $1,000 value. This is pure gold. FlowTrade expert coaches know how to make serious money trading, and people usually pay them many thousands of dollars to tap into their knowledge and experience. And yet, you won't pay a penny. This live one-on-one session is yours free just for being a member of FlowTrade. And that's not all. You're also getting full access to our private Discord group, 100% free. Here, you can tap into the FlowTrade company developers and owners for live assistance, support help, and even to get insights on potential winning plays. Access to this group normally costs $1,200 a year all by itself. These two highly valuable gifts can help transform you into a wildly profitable trader faster than you ever imagined possible. Yet, you won't pay a penny for them here, because they're 100% free to you when you make this wise decision to start using FlowTrade today.
I've been trading with the FlowTrade team for a couple months now. Not only have my skills since trade with the team increased exponentially, they have complemented my day trade and swing trade style. But I add several new strategies to my arsenal that have a high probability of success and allowed me to be more patient and disciplined. This, coupled with the following algo charts, makes for a deadly combination to step up your game to the next level in trading.
I'm so grateful to have found FlowTrade after trying various other alert channel subscriptions and trading groups. The wealth of knowledge here creates huge advantages, from the coaching, the charting strategies, the live voice discussions every session, to the game-changing access to algo activity data. I have learned and grown so much in my trading abilities, and I truly believe that there's nothing out there that compares.
Just imagine your bank account after wins like this, day in and day out, week after week. It feels like you're the king of the world. Money is no object, and you can do or buy anything you want, whenever you want. That's power, and that's freedom. The kind of freedom you won't be able to find anywhere else, online or off. So $499 a month for FlowTrade, and the bonus gift is already a steal. After all, FlowTrade cost over $500,000 to develop over the past several years, and it runs an additional $50,000 per month minimum to maintain it. Plus, there's staff for support and top-tier training that cost money too. Needless to say, the overhead here is not small. So asking $499 per month of you to get a seat at the table, well, that's more than fair. Yet, you're fortunate, because on this special exclusive invitation video, you're getting the chance of a lifetime. You're going to get complete instant access to FlowTrade and the valuable bonuses worth over $2,200 in their own right, not for $499 per month, not for $399 per month, not even for $299 per month, even though it's more than worth it. By acting today, you'll get access to FlowTrade, all the tools, resources, and bonuses for the lowest price we've ever charged. Click the button below this page and join right now. for the discounted price of just $199 per month. FlowTrade gives you a similar competitive advantage to the top insiders by putting you well ahead of any news or gossip in the general public. And that's why, just by following FlowTrade, you could have capitalized on fast, profitable wins like these before anyone else even knew about them. Here's a recent Apple play that the Flow Algo Index alerted us to. We saw a 284.62% gain and $12,020 profit on a small $1,000 investment. Here's a play on Facebook later that day with a 405% gain and $18,088 in profit on Facebook on a $1,000 investment. And here's a third play from that same day in Alibaba with a 278% gain that resulted in another $9,850 in profit with a small $1,000 investment. This is just a few of the many hundreds of wins FlowTrade is responsible for each month. And the best part is, each of these gains were all made in just hours. If you had already started with FlowTrade and put $1,000 in each of these trades, you'd have $39,958 in pure profit for the month. And this is all in one day, thanks to FlowTrade. It is a unique and wonderful opportunity to finally be on the inside of something real and something significant. You'll never find a lower price for FlowTrade anywhere other than this exclusive invitation video. And you certainly won't find a company with proven successes like this. Listen, you wouldn't be here right now if you were okay with paltry gains and meager earnings. No. You're different. You want more, and you want it now. Frankly, you deserve it. All of it. You just need to make the decision that today is the day you start letting powerful mathematic algorithms and machine learning help you make profitable trades. Before any news breaks, and before anyone else even knows about them. Click the button below to secure your access right now. The next big move could happen at any time, and you certainly don't want to miss out. FlowTrade gives you an advantage like no other. It puts you miles ahead of the general public and gives you the kind of foresight only those on the inside usually have. Finally, thanks to this special FlowTrade offer, here's a real chance at proven gains day in and day out, week after week. Reserving your seat takes just 3 minutes. Simply click that button below now and enter your details to get started. You'll be grateful you did.